Hey everyone, and welcome back to Word by Word, the podcast where we take real stories and mine them for the vocabulary you need to sound like a natural English speaker. American English, to be exact. I'm your host, and today we've got a beautiful one, an old Arabian legend about a woman named Zarqa al-Yamama, famous for her incredible eyesight. She saw an army coming disguised as a moving forest. Nobody believed her, and what happened next became a proverb that's lasted thousands of years. But we're not just here for the story, we're here for the words. Today I'm going to walk you through about 16 vocabulary words pulled straight from this story. Words real Americans use all the time, in conversation, in the news, in books. I'll give you the definition, how to pronounce it the American way, how it's used in a sentence, and some cousins, related words you can add to your vocabulary at the same time. Grab a notebook. Let's get into it. Word 1, brightest. Let's start with brightest. This is the superlative form of bright, meaning full of light, or, in this case, vivid and eye-catching. When we say Zarqa had the brightest eyes, we mean her eyes stood out. They practically glowed with color. Pronunciation note, listen for that American T sound at the end. Brightest. We don't drop it, but we don't overpronounce it either. It's crisp. You'll hear brightest used metaphorically all the time in American English. She's the brightest student in the class means the smartest, not literally glowing. The brightest idea I've had all week. Same thing. So remember, bright can mean full of light or full of intelligence and cleverness. Context tells you which one. Related words, brilliant, radiant, vivid, glowing. Word 2, community. Next up, community. This is a huge word in American culture. You'll hear it constantly. A community is a group of people who live in the same area or who share something in common, values, interests, a language, a background. In our story, Zarqa's community relied on her. That means her people, her tribe, the group she belonged to. Pronunciation tip, the stress falls on the third syllable, community. Americans tend to soften the middle U almost into a schwa sound in casual speech. Community. You'll hear this word in phrases like community center, online community, the local community. It's one of the most useful nouns you can add to your vocabulary because Americans use it constantly in both formal and everyday speech, from politics to neighborhood gossip. Word 3, duty. Duty is a noun meaning a moral or legal obligation, something you are responsible for doing. In the story, Zarqa's duty was to watch the water and warn her people. This word carries weight. It's used when talking about jobs, responsibilities, and even patriotism. It's my duty to vote, a soldier's duty. Jury duty, which, fun fact, is a real American obligation. If you're selected, you may have to serve on a jury in court. Pronunciation. Americans say this do-o-t with a soft D sound, not duty, like you might hear in British English. That's actually a great marker of American versus British pronunciation if you're trying to train your ear. Related words, responsibility, obligation, role. Word 4, border. Border means the line that separates two places, countries, states, properties, even a garden's edge. In the story, Zarqa watches the border for danger. This word is everywhere in American news, since border policy is a major, ongoing topic of political discussion in the U.S. We'll stay neutral there. That's a topic with a lot of different viewpoints. Pronunciation. This is a great word for practicing the American R sound. Say it slowly. Border. Your tongue should curl slightly at the R. Then notice the D in the middle. That's a flap sound, quick and soft, almost like a fast D tapped against the roof of your mouth. Word 5. Spotted. Spotted here is a past tense verb meaning noticed or saw something, often something unexpected. She spotted something odd on the horizon. This is different from spotted as an adjective describing a pattern, like a spotted dog. Context matters here again. Pronunciation gem, spotted, is a perfect example of the American flap T rule. That double T in the middle doesn't sound like a hard T. It softens into something closer to a D sound. So instead of spotted, Americans say something closer to spotted. Try saying, I spotted my friend across the room out loud, and really let that middle sound soften. Related words. Noticed, detected, observed, glimpsed. Word 6. ODD short but useful. Odd means strange, unusual, out of the ordinary. She saw something odd means something that didn't look normal. Americans use odd constantly in casual speech. That's odd. An odd choice. Odd behavior. It's a lighter, more conversational alternative to strange or peculiar. Fun fact, odd also means a number not divisible by 2. 1, 3, 5. So context always matters with this one, just like with bright. Pronunciation, short vowel sound, dear, don't stretch it out. It's a quick, blunt word. Word 7, shouted. Shouted is the past tense of shout, to say something loudly, often out of urgency, fear, or excitement. She ran to the elders and shouted. This word pairs well with dialogue and dramatic storytelling, which is exactly why it shows up here. You'll also hear yelled, cried out, and hollered, a more casual, southern-flavored American term, as close synonyms. Pronunciation, shouted. Again, notice that flap T, softening the double consonant sound. It's not a hard TED, it's soft and quick. Word 8, hiding. Hiding is the present participle of hide, to conceal yourself or something else from view. Soldiers are hiding behind the trees. This word is used constantly in everyday American English, from children's games, hide and seek, to serious contexts. She's hiding something from you. Pronunciation, the I is a long vowel sound, hiding. Notice the D again gets that soft flap treatment in casual speech, especially in a phrase like, what are you hiding? It can almost blend into what ya hiding in fast, relaxed conversation. Word 9, unheard. Here's a great compound word, unheard. The prefix un means not, so unheard literally means not heard. In the story, the warning went unheard, meaning nobody paid attention to it. This is a powerful word for emotional and narrative writing because it implies more than just silence. It implies being ignored, dismissed, or invisible. Unheard voices is a common phrase in American social and political conversation, referring to groups whose concerns aren't being listened to. Pronunciation stress falls on the second part. Unheard, yes, it rhymes with herd, like a herd of cattle. English spelling can be tricky that way. Word 10, brutal. Brutal means extremely harsh, violent, or cruel. The attack came fast and brutal. Americans use this word far beyond violence, though it's a favorite in casual speech for anything intensely difficult. That exam was brutal. Brutal honesty means telling the truth even when it hurts. Brutal weather means extremely harsh conditions. Pronunciation, brutal. 2 syllables, stress on the first. The second syllable often reduces to a quick, unstressed tool sound. Related words, savage, ruthless, harsh, merciless. Word 11, remarkable. Remarkable means worthy of attention or notice. Extraordinary. Her remarkable eyes. This is a wonderful, slightly formal compliment word. If you want to sound impressively articulate in English, remarkable is a step up from just saying amazing or great. Americans use it in professional writing, reviews, and formal speech. A remarkable achievement, remarkably talented. Pronunciation, 4 syllables, remarkably. The stress is on the second syllable, and that R sound in mark. Should be strong and American. Really let your tongue curl back. Word 12, twisted. Twisted literally means bent or turned out of its natural shape, but figuratively it means distorted, dark, or morally strange. A twisted kind of tribute means something that looks like an honor but is actually cruel. Americans use twisted a lot in casual conversation to describe dark humor, plot twists in movies, or someone's warped way of thinking. That's a twisted sense of humor, a twisted plot. Pronunciation, twisted. Again, that flap T pattern turns the ending into a soft did sound in fast speech. Word 13, tribute. Tribute means something given or done to show respect, gratitude, or admiration. But historically, it also meant payment given by one group to a more powerful one, often under threat, which is the darker meaning used in our story. You'll hear tribute today mostly in the positive sense. A tribute concert, paying tribute to a fallen hero. Pronunciation, stress on the first syllable, tribute. Keep that first vowel short and sharp. Word 14, proof. Proof is evidence that something is true, simple but essential. Proof that she had truly seen the truth. This word shows up everywhere in American English. Proof of purchase, burden of proof. A legal term, the proof is in the pudding. A common idiom meaning you'll know something is good by testing it, not just talking about it. Pronunciation, 1 syllable, long oo sound. Proof rhymes with roof. Word 15, remembered. Remembered is the past tense of remember, to keep something in your memory or recall it. Today, her story is still remembered. Pronunciation tip. This word is a great one for practicing linking and reduced syllables. In fast American speech, remembered often gets compressed. The middle syllables blur together. Remembered. Notice how the E in the first syllable almost disappears into a schwa. Word 16, matters. Our last word, matters, used here as a verb meaning to be important. Clear sight matters little if no one will listen. This is different from matters the noun, as in business matters or personal matters. As a verb, to matter is one of the most common ways Americans express importance in casual speech. It doesn't matter. Does this really matter to you? Every vote matters. Pronunciation, another flap T example. Matters becomes maddares in relaxed speech. If you're trying to sound more natural and less textbook, softening your T's like this in casual conversation is one of the fastest ways to do it. All right, that's 16 words down. Let's do a quick recap because repetition is how vocabulary actually sticks in your brain. We covered brightest, community, duty, border, spotted, odd, shouted, hiding, unheard, brutal, remarkable, twisted, tribute, proof, remembered, and matters. Notice something? A huge number of these words, spotted, shouted, hiding, twisted, remembered, matters, all showed that famous American flap T sound, where a T or double T in the middle of a word softens into something closer to a quick D. That's honestly one of the single best things you can practice if your goal is to sound more like a natural American speaker rather than a textbook. Try saying these words slowly first, exaggerating the flap, and then speeding up until it feels natural in your mouth. And don't forget the story itself. It's not just vocabulary, it's a lesson. Zarqa saw the truth clearly, but nobody would listen. In English, we actually have an idiom for this exact situation: a voice crying in the wilderness. Someone who speaks the truth but is ignored. Isn't that a beautiful and honestly kind of sad connection? If you want to keep building your vocabulary this way, pulling real words out of real stories, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep practicing those flap T's, and remember, even the clearest vision means nothing if nobody's listening. Talk soon.